Today, I want to introduce you to our latest and hugely exciting launch of the Outback Organics silicone inners for your heaters. Now, I'm particularly in love with these. I've done waxing for a very long time, and anything that aids a little bit of ease and cleanliness to our practice is a winner for me. So I'm going to show you these, I'll show you how they fit into the heaters, and I'll talk you through all the benefits of having a silicone inner for your wax heater. So with the Outback Organics ones, we've got our jade one at the top here. So one of the first benefits I want to talk about is the lip that sits on the outside edge. So a lot of the time when we scrape our wax, once we've got it on the spatula, we tend to find that a lot of the wax ends up seeping down into the heater and it ends up in a bit of a mess down there. So these lips here will make sure that it will keep your heater very, very clean. Also, the heat retention with these and distribution of the heat keeps your peelable wax perfect all day. The temperature of these never changes, so unlike the metal heaters, which are actually very difficult to be able to pull out and move around, you will be able to pull these out and move them into a different heater, or if you want to, for example, change your peelable wax, you can take one of them out even when it's hot and has been in there all day, and you can replace it with another one if you choose to use a different peelable wax. They're really convenient and they're very, very easy to clean if you wish to change from one peelable to another. So this one here is our stone. We've got our jade over here, and then we've got our anthracite. So I'll show you these two going into a double heater, and they do fit perfectly and snugly. It's quite important because these do sit flush to the edge of the heater. So they will connect with the heater, which makes it really, really good for the heat distribution. So they fit in perfectly next door to each other. No need for having any additional rings because you've got the lip here that will prevent any wax going down into the heater. The other thing you'll find with these is with the metal heaters, if you ever need to turn your heater up, for example, if you've got a client arriving shortly and you just need to turn the temperature up, the metal inners tend to burn. And you know they burn because they discolor on the inside. You will not get that with the silicone inners. You can turn the temperature up. They can hold a great deal of heat without warping or melting. They will hold a high temperature quite safely and quite comfortably. And additionally, if you do need them to cool down quickly, i.e. for cleaning, they cool incredibly quickly, unlike the metal heaters, which tend to hold on and retain the heat within the metal, keeping the wax melted for longer. So these will go cold very, very quickly once out of the heater. What I'm going to show you now is how quickly and efficiently it is to change your wax and clean these silicone inners. So what we've got here is our heater with our Outback Opal peelable that's gone cold. The heater is off. So we want to take this out and we want to clean the opal out because we're going to put a different peelable in. So first of all, we just want to soften the edges. So I'm just kind of squeezing the sides. I'm going to push the bottom. So as you can see, as I'm pushing the bottom, it just lifts very quickly, very easily out, leaving a clean inner to replace with some different peelable. And then to be able to clean when we've got a build-up of wax around the edge at the end of the day, you can see that this one is still melted. Just to re-demonstrate that temperature-wise, they're still very easy to handle, unlike the metal tins. So we can see with our opal that it's gone solid around the edge, and all you need to do is just bend the lip and push that wax back into the heater, so that no wax gets wasted. If you do end up with any more residue, which I haven't here, but if you do end up with any more residue around the silicone, you can just do a wax strip with some equipment cleaner, and you can just take that and wipe any residue that you've got on the outside.